Not even on camera?
That guy driving, I assume he's still driving in the city, drop his kid off. The airport.
And the throughway was packed.
You're live.
Oh.
We're live. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the December network workshop. Before we get started, get everybody stands for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So I got the entire town board here with us. I got Deputy Supervisor Steve Moreau, Councilwoman Sylvia Santiago, the birthday girl, Councilwoman Steve Lincoln, Councilman Charlie Bro, Highway Superintendent Anthony Fio, Town Clerk Chip Polino. Also have our receiver taxes Susan Shuttle with us, our police chief Danny Valeri, Patrick Mangan is on ice team. So I got a fairly short agenda today, finally, right? So the first thing on the agenda, we have a couple of standard schedule of fees that we're going to be introducing some change to. First one is the building and inspection fee. So right now, currently, we're at 4%. We're looking to increase that to 5%. This is a fee that's it's a non-refundable fee that we charge both on public and private improvements. Folks pay a $5 inspection fee or 5% inspection fee now. It will be, and that 5% inspection fee is what we use for our engineer when he goes out and does the inspections. They pull us out of that pool in the event that that goes over. They have to, the applicant has to replenish it, but we kind of come to a need of having to increase that a bit. So again, that's on the applicant that they would put that in for those improvements. And along with that is the site plan fees. Right now, they were paying for like multifamily or in commercial stuff, they would pay 50 cents per square foot. That's a fee, that's an application inspection fee, that building fee that comes right to us. The town collects that. Of course, we do our office staff stuff and everything. But that was a 50 cents per square foot, and we're upping that to $1 per square foot for the gross floor area for both multifamily and for commercial. And that's pretty much the going rate with all the folks around us.
That's what I was saying.
So yeah, so we're kind of keeping up with the Joneses, if you will. We're on this. The EMS charges, I think everybody got that. They've actually they're going up a little bit, but this is only for private insurances. So these increases are only affecting private insurances. They're actually quite a bit lower than a bunch of other agencies. You got a few agencies right after they gave us some examples of, so we're, New Windsor kept under that. I think because we something nothing with the tax dollars too, so we're able to keep it on a good rate. Of course, the town residents don't pay that balance of that anyway because it's pick up from that. So that's their standard schedule fee. They do this yearly. They just give it to us. So that's gonna be the 2025 rate. For them. And again, like I said, I do have some examples here from other agencies. And the police department's adding, right now, they don't, this is a request that when we do the digital police photos, the cost of the media, USB, DVDs and stuff like that, video reproduction, stuff like that, we never had a charge for that specific in our standard schedule fee, so we're adding on it. But it's a $50 for when they do camera downloads for body cams and stuff like that, plus the media, USB and stuff. So that's in addition to just to cover our costs and the time that we have to have IT spent. So that's.
So are we not increasing dumping yet?
So that's going to be on. So next month we're doing a whole, a pretty big comprehensive.
Gotcha.
We're going to do a between dumping and. Soliciting and a few other increases in charges. We're going to do all that next month. So every January, we normally have a standard schedule of fee change. This is stuff that's constant ongoing. That we're going to do now, and then next month, hopefully when we get all settled in, we have everybody had their input and we're going to increase.
Thank you.
Yes, that is definitely going to happen. Number two, we got I was contacted by the Middle Hope Fire District. excuse me, in reference to, us doing an intermunicipal agreement with them. I had spoke to our IT staff and Patrick ran out and took a look at it to see if it was actually a real heavy lift, if it was an easy lift, if it was just a really conversion to us. Patrick looked at it, didn't think it was, such a bad thing for us to get into. There wasn't a ton of stuff there to do. We're charging them the same rate as the outside user, which we just charged, the Orange Lake Fire District with their, $150 and so on. So the only thing with them is the Middle Hope is they're doing what I'm gonna ask the board to do now. So Middle Hope looked at the agreement. Their board was authorized to sign the agreement when it's settled and if they agree on it. We're gonna do the same thing because it's probably gonna happen in a week or two. They do have some questions on their agreement, so they're not. There's a couple legal questions, so our attorney and their attorney are talking. So if they get settled, that's settled probably sometime next week. I'll be able to sign this with them. But right now it'd just be the board authorizing me to sign it, and then that's when they come to. If we can't come to some agreement, then we scrap it. But it's not. I guess it wasn't such a huge burn. And like I said, it's a little. This year's billables for the intermunicipals is down a little bit too. So
We're gonna end the year report on.
we're
what
gonna, yeah.
right
So
there,
actually, towards in the middle, our comptroller's in the middle of putting some of that stuff
Okay.
together now. So I do have, she just put together like I have for you guys for tomorrow, all the, as an example, all the ARPA funds and
Okay.
where all that went. So
Mhm.
we'll have that. So she's in the middle of doing that too. And we're gonna have a pretty comprehensive breakdown on really what the cost is to this.
Mhm.
So that'll be just authorizing us to, once we come to agreement, if we do. I know, and we've talked about a couple of times, this PLA, the project labor agreement between, the laborers and for these, Wayne wastewater treatment plant. There's two phases, phase one and phase two. This is for phase two of it. We sent the project labor agreement to, Todd DiOrio from the laborers local there. He, came back with some questions on it, some, I don't want to say concerns, but some valid questions. I spoke to the town attorney today. We're in the middle of editing some of the PLA stuff, so I was gonna try to have it approved for this month, but we're gonna probably do it January now. So that's work in progress. Once Dave finishes the edits, I'll get all you guys a copy of the PLA. And we'll be able to, review that and hopefully push that through in January for approval for them. The property tax exempt, so this is gonna be something for this month. We have the public hearing on this. So I do actually have the assessor coming to the meeting to put on a brief explanation to on Wednesday, because there are some, the minute we had it up, I got a few text messages and phone calls asking me if I was anti-fireman. I've been a 40-year volunteer, because it said we were repealing the tax law, not reading further where it says we're rescinding it and repealing it and adding a new one to
Yes.
replace it. So what we're doing is we're taking the newly passed tax exempt for both firemen and ambulance people, and we're gonna replace the new one with the old one. And the only way to do this is repealing the old one and enacting the new one.
Right.
It gives the actual the old one actually did it based on a small sum, if you will, and never included the tax or school districts. So the new one will include the school districts, although the school districts have to adopt it. I will be honest with you, Todd hasn't gotten back to me. I asked him to check. I know Washingtonville and Newburgh School District has adopted the tax exemption. I'm not certain about Cornwall yet, so I have to check with Cornwall. So anybody that lives in, we'll say the Valley Fire District, that's, in the Cornwall School District, if you will. I have to find out if it's gonna impact them, but that's a 10% tax reduction on the street taxes, which is it's revenue neutral. It quite frankly gets spread off to the rest of the folks, if you will. But it's it's the price you pay, if you will, in order to have a full-time fire department with, staff and medical benefits, everything. They're basically volunteers, so.
Yeah.
It's, you can't, for the minimum amount of volunteers we have, you can't really beat the price that you're gonna pay for it. So, like I said, Todd's gonna come here and do a little spiel for the event that people can't make it and they wanna clear up any, or if anybody has any questions, they wanna clear up any things on it, they'll have it on video and we'll be able to watch it and they'll be happy with it. So. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Finally, this Swan Hollow dedication, it's, actually, I think it was, I think we got an email today. Really, Matthew got an email too that that's officially ours. I think we've been doing most of the work on it anyway, plowing it and stuff, but the road is officially ours now. That's Swan Hollow.
Yeah, so it's still stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so, it's officially ours now, we're done with it, we're not, it's nobody else's road, so it's on Hollow's ours off of, Mount Airy. So that's a finished project, thank God. Just the next one, and I know a couple of people, and I'm sure maybe they're watching too, this, Fox Hill Farm subdivision, so we're still in the middle of, our engineer is in the middle of doing some, final edits to some work that I know our Anthony was looking to make sure that was complete with some detention ponds there. I think the roads, I think everything is pretty much buttoned up for the most part. I know we have, and our attorney's gonna be going out and myself probably next week or so. We have still the residents there. We gotta get nothing on doors and get them to sign off on the agreement, the letter that we're sending out. And well, we did, but you know, some people are not responding. I'm sure people just don't want to sign off, where I'd rather just write down refused or whatever and move on. Much to, I know, Anthony's dislike about those signs, but I get it, I do. But I know all this stuff was approved long before us and we're getting stuck with it, if you will. But we're just, you know, some of these signs is stuff are gonna be there for now, and, you know, it's clear in the letter that if something happens to them or they become in disrepair, that they're gonna go away. So that's where they're gonna be, so that's close. I'm not 100% certain that it's gonna be done by the end of this month, I hope it is, but it's close to being, another dedication. This is, I think, I don't know so much about Swan Hollow, but I know Fox Hill Farm was a 20+ year event here going on with 30 some homes there. I don't know, Swan Hollow, I ain't even know.
Probably close to it.
Yeah,
Probably
really.
private right, actually.
Yeah, so I mean, both of these have been a long time, and they're not like, you know, they're not big subdivisions either, so.
Yeah.
You know, nicer homes, but not big subdivisions, so we're in the middle of that. And getting there. The Delaware Aqueduct shutdown, I just want to keep everybody in a loop here. So as I'm sure everybody saw, the Delaware, New York City, the DP scrapped their continuation for this shutdown. Mostly because of this drought we're in. I know we got a little rain and everybody thinks we're over the hump, and the rain here doesn't help us with the rain we need up there. So we're still in you know, we've continued with our drought warning here in town, so the DEP did as well, and the DEC. So what happens with the shutdown is as you guys are aware, we supply the town of Newburgh water because their Delaware Aqueduct is shut down. For as many days it took them during the shutdown, it takes that many days to reverse it. So if they were 28 days or 30 days into the shutdown, it takes 38 days to fill that pipe back up, for them to pull all the equipment out and everything like that. So we're looking, you know, I'm gonna say around Christmas time, and my guess is gonna be a little after Christmas, you'll see the Delaware probably running full operation again. I'm being told that it looks like that once the Delaware is back on and the town of Newburgh is back on the Delaware, they're still probably gonna take some water from us because they're gonna probably shut down Chadwick Lake plant indefinitely until their water returns. So we need rain or Delaware. So, and I know they're dangerously low. So when that returns, although the town of Newburgh's Delaware connection is enough to sustain their water, our aqueduct our interconnect may stay open for a little bit just to get them going. And then once that's turned off, we're looking probably, the conversation is maybe 2026 for the next shutdown. So that's how far they're gonna push us off. It probably won't be next year. I think the DEP learned a lot. Sure, you've probably heard that they purposely drain the reservoirs to get them down. So when they do this whole shutdown, there's no issues, not knowing that it's gonna be a drought, and which caused even more problems. So it's gonna take them probably a year or two to recover. Once they do that, now they'll have a better plan going forward. And we've been prepared all along. New Windsor kept our end of the deal up with feeding people we had to feed, so it worked out pretty well for us. But we still have the warning out, and we're gonna continue that until, I guess, the DEP and the state shuts it down. Yes. And that's pretty much it with that.
I got a question. Is there still a burn ban in place? Somebody asked me.
I think November 30th it ended.
They did, okay,
Yeah, this thing, I think it ended November 30th.
but don't burn it.
But still, yeah, I would suggest people not do it anyway.
I say yeah.
Common
I
sense.
say
Yeah,
yes,
it's-
it's still
We have a
burn
drought,
ban.
yeah.
Yeah,
Common
it's-
sense would say.
We're in a
Yeah.
drought, so I think that would go hand in hand with the burn ban, so, I think it would probably be wise. So with that,
Move to go.
yeah, before we go to that, I just wanna, I obviously on behalf of myself and the town board, and I wanna wish everybody out there and the public there a very Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year. We've accomplished a lot in a year, this team, if you will, an awful lot. And I think, I'm looking forward to, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to serving another year to accomplish a lot more stuff.
Absolutely.
And then hopefully beyond, if you will. We do have a Christmas tree lighting on Friday. This Friday, it's 6 o'clock here at the town hall. I know there's been a little twist to that too.
Mhm.
Our recreation director has a couple little things and rerouting through the building here. It's gonna be cold out, so everybody can.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be perfect cold
Yeah.
because everybody can be inside for a little bit. But again, I wanna thank all you guys for all the support throughout the year.
Christmas tree.
Likewise, thank you.
Menorah lighting.
And
It's
the
been
menorah is on the 30th.
30th.
Yes, mhm.
It's been a great team, the town clerk, receiver. I mean, I have everybody. I think we've been working well together and looking forward to continuing that.
Likewise.
Yeah, definitely. So with that, I'm gonna
Make a motion.
play Steve.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion to go to executive session.
I will second that.
Charlie, thank you.
And Charlie, and we need to go in and talk about Stuart Hill with this litigation and the ethics. Thank you, folks.
Thank